The social contract states that arguments typically hypothesize that the individuals have defined, either knowingly or unknowingly, to surrender some of their freedoms and submit to the authority of their ruler, or sometimes even the decision of a majority, in exchange for protection of their remaining rights. One group that has been historically affected by not always being part of this social contract is the blacks. The amount of social disappointments they have faced, past and present, vastly outnumber any other ethnic group. This kind of social disappointment comes from the failure of the government to satisfy the expectations of the majority of the blacks by not fully protecting their rights. This then quickly results for the rest of the group to be disappointed, with then many following. As stated in Bill Lawson's article, Social Disappointment and the Black Sense of Self, dating all the way back to Frederick Douglass's time, Douglass was even disappointed in the failure of the U.S. government to follow up on its Declaration of Independence and its Constitution after emancipation. After taking a trip to the South in late 1888, Douglass wrote about how the treatment of slaves actually became much worse than it originally was. Once again, the government had failed to live up to their promise of the treatment of their citizens, the slaves, thus resulting in the slaves to be completely left out of the social contract once again. It is fair to say that Douglass is an existentialist, which states that the starting point of philosophical thinking must be from the experience of the individual. Since Douglass was a former slave who escaped from slavery in the mid-1800s, he is fully aware of what slaves were going through and therefore didn't need to experience any more of slavery to make any philosophical points or any points in general. In Elijah Anderson's Decent and Street Families, Anderson presents the reader with what is seen as a street family and a regular family. Although the decent or normal living family is trying to make it out there in the real world and fit in with the surrounding better off society of the bad area where it lives, they will always be left out because of where they live. They will also always be left out because of the social contract of where they're currently residing, along with their race, which will never allow them to be a part of it. It will be hard for these groups of decent living people to become better off because it will almost always be impossible for them to be part of the social contract because of the social contract that their surrounding society has created.